So there's been this brawl that occurred at a concert in early August in somewhere in the States, I don't remember. And there's been multiple talks because it's a relatively underreported news type of situation. Like I could barely find any credible or in-depth up-to-date sources on what happened. I found this video that kind of gave a little more depth about the situation. So I'm going to show it to you here, and then we're going to talk about the online discourse pertaining to this particular situation.
You're not going to believe what went down at Jason Aldean's concert on August 9th. A parking lot fight broke out after the show, and it's all anyone can talk about. Videos show a man in black going after a group of women, and at first glance, people thought it was just another shocking case of violence. But when the full story started coming out, the perspective shifted. That man was identified as Lance Edward Hickman, and witnesses say it started when he and his wife got into an argument with a group of girls blocking their view. Things escalated, and when the mother of one of the girls jumped in, it turned into a full-on brawl. But here's the twist. Many online are saying those women were actually attacking his wife. Yes, 5 against 1. And what we saw was him stepping in to protect her. One of the women involved, Victoria Kelly, spoke out about her serious injuries, broken ribs, a fractured jaw, and even a concussion. She described Hickman's actions as disgusting and hateful. But on social media, opinions are split. Some users wrote things like, "I defend my husband the same way," while others say, no matter what, the violence went way too far. So what do you think? Was this a husband protecting his wife, or did it cross the line into something darker? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates.
Hi, it's the next few days. Just ignore the difference. So considering that up to this day, there has not been any type of confirmation on all of the important details, not really any like substantial sources, verified sources or anything, we're going to be talking purely out of hypotheticals since there's like multiple talks around the internet. Some people were claiming that, as you probably saw in the video, that he was the victim of one of these women who attacked him for whatever reason, undisclosed reasons. But most people were stating that this allegation that he was defending his wife, who was a victim of a like attempted assault by multiple women, but no details or confirmation has been made as of so far. There are people on the internet that are actively trying to tell everybody that he had no right to attack these women regardless of the situation because he was a man and he was much stronger than these women. And I just have like one thing to say here particularly. Are you actually trying to defend the alleged assailants? Because throughout all these theories, there has been no source that stated that any of these women were actually the victims of an attack. Both of these like theories that these people post out showed a consistency that these women were the attackers, not the victims. So again, I'm pointing this out. You're actively trying to defend and sympathize with the alleged assailants because they were women, even taking into account that there were multiple women who were claimed or accused of being the assailants. Is that really what you want to do? And this goes for both men and women because they were all making these excuses of, oh, there are women, you're not supposed to put your hands on women, throwing the whole chivalry arguments here and there, completely disregarding the fact that these women were the attackers, excusing this alleged attack because one of the alleged victims was a man, basically saying that the man should have to tolerate having multiple women attack him or multiple women attacking his loved ones, even if it's another woman, completely disregarding the fact that allegedly a woman was being victimized by these groups of women. It's shocking. Like, this is what I meant when I was talking like a long time ago about, I mentioned the women are wonderful effect. This is what I'm talking about. So basically, for any of you who don't know, I don't think I ever defined it properly, but the women are wonderful effect is a phenomenon in psychology and sociology that denotes that women are more favored in society than men, or more specifically in terms of perception, societal perception. Yeah, women are seen as more favorable and more associated with qualities such as like kindness, a high moral compass, compassion, empathy, softness, innocence, dedication, like lots of positive qualities are assigned to women on basically the basis that they are a woman or that they're a female. It is an emotional bias that is predominantly towards women. And a lot of women also strongly embody these emotional biases, not by choice, because it's largely ingrained in them when they grow, when they're born, when they're raised, when they grow up in a society that has the strong phenomenon. It is strongly enforced in these women and even in these men's brain as well, which often conditions both men and women who have these phenomenons to associate more positive qualities with women and in turn associate more negative qualities with men. Now, back to this situation specifically, this is what I'm talking about. It's like, even if the woman, or in this case, a group of women, does something wrong, there are people out there that'll either try to make excuses or try to justify the behavior or try to make it seem like these women were the victims and that they were just being senselessly attacked, or just try to make some sort of justification for why these women, like there had to have been a good reason why these women did what they did. Like they cannot conceive the possibility that some women are just dangerous, unhinged, violent creatures, just as much as men are. The sole basis being is that just strengthening their justified beliefs is crime statistics, despite the fact that women are less likely to even be charged or convicted. And that's if even when there's proof that women actually engaged in violent behavior, they're less likely to be charged for it. They're less likely to be arrested for it. They're less likely to be prosecuted for it. And in the cases where they do end up being prosecuted, they get lesser sentencing in general than their male counterparts, even when they commit similar crimes or the exact same crime in some cases. It's interesting because these same studies say that in less gender egalitarian countries, this phenomenon tends to be a lot stronger, which a lot makes a lot more sense since a lot of the this phenomenon is strongly also tied to like traditional feminine roles and expectations and behavioral patterns in some women. That women are typically seen as the nurturing person when it comes to family roles or in introducing children. So that strengthens a lot of times this phenomenon. But even in some cases outside of the traditional role, when it's just a woman who is single or doesn't have children, just any woman in general, there is this strong sense of positivity that's positive qualities that are simply assigned to a woman simply because she's a woman. Like people are less likely to perceive this woman as like a threat or a danger or someone who is malevolent in nature. I brought up that tidbit because like Western countries tend to be more gender egalitarian. My God. But there's still these pervasive like traditionalist like belief systems that are still ingrained in these countries, and that phenomenon being still strongly present even in these gender equality countries. I just want you to know this. Like, I want you to ponder that a little bit. If you would like to make a donation, please check out the QR code or the link in the video description for my PayPal account. Thank you very much.